This is our longleaf patch on our Freedman place. Longleaf are a very interesting species. They were once common, well, most common in the south, and there were a million of acres in Virginia. At one point it was down to 200, 300 trees, not acres, trees, native trees. And now there's been a movement for about 10 some years to restore longleaf to its former role. Longleaf is interesting ecology because it's both a forest and a prairie ecosystem. You can see we burned this just this last year, and some of the flowers are coming back. I don't know. I'd like to learn more about wildflowers. I don't know much about them. They all have funny names like, ragwort or horse's bane and things like that. The ones right behind me are daisies. I recognize those. And this here, I don't know if I can get that on right. These are prickly pears and rattlesnake masters. People don't know that prickly pears, the cactuses like that, they're native to Virginia, all the East Coast. They're not the same as the ones you find in the deserts in Arizona, but they grow along the ground. And so we planted these trees in 2012. We burned them in 2017 and then last year. And if you don't burn the longleaf, you don't have longleaf. Longleaf are fire-dependent species. So they once were common. There were 93 million acres of them in the south, and now there's about 5 million. But you see they have an interesting growth pattern. Let's see if we can get this one up here. They shoot up. That's not getting a good shot at that one. But you can see the candles are pretty big on these trees. Here's one just closer up. Let's see the candles. And they'll shoot up a couple feet now. And the longleaf is a very resilient tree, but it's hard to grow at first because it has to burn. And that's why there aren't many of them. The other reason is when the colonists came to Virginia, they cut down the longleaf because they were wonderful trees for wood. They would have come back except for two things. The colonists stopped burning. The Native Americans burned a lot. They burned all the time. And they also introduced free-range hogs. And the longleaf doesn't grow much for the first couple of years because it's sending down big roots. It has very big roots, tap roots, that make it more resistant to drought. But the hogs like those roots. And so they rooted up the little longleaf and pretty much extirpated them from the state of Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia, then the colony of Virginia. And I said, we're bringing them back now, and these, I don't know how long it's going to take for them to grow big. I mean, we haven't seen them here for 300 years. So these trees are actually from North Carolina. I don't hold it against them. That line along the border, we're 11 miles from North Carolina. The King of England drew that line, and he didn't know anything about North America. So, but they're from the Piedmont of North Carolina, so they're like the Piedmont of Virginia, I think. And they've done well here so far. Anyway.